So this guitar has a lot of cracks in the back, and in addition to that, when we were looking around, we found that there was a spot where the back was separated from the side, and in that area, the second brace starting from the headlock, the second brace has a big crack in it. So Jeff is getting ready to glue up that crack. You want to talk about that for a minute?
Yeah, it actually is, the brace is separated from the back, so
oh, it's not really cracked.
Yeah, right. It's actually, there's a separation.
Guess I should have looked inside before I spoke.
And it's also well, no, also it's just separated from the back. So what I've done is put a couple of pieces of tape on either side of the brace to reduce the amount of leakage of the glue that we're going to squirt in there. And then I put a scissor jack in here to put some pressure on the back and the soundboard to try and actually induce a gap between the back brace and the actual back itself. And then that way, when I squirt some glue in there, it'll be able to seep under the brace so that we can get a good gluing surface going on there. So that's kind of what's going on.
You want me to hold that while you squirt?
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm going to actually tip this a little bit so
okay.
So gravity becomes my friend. That's exactly right. I was just thinking that myself.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
That's a mess.
Well, that's why I put the tape down.
Yep.
There we go.
Okay.
I'm just going to tip that for a little bit. Let that kind of work its way down. And I'll get my hand in there. Now I'm going to... Okay. Got some bubbling going on. That's a good sign.
Yeah, always.
Just wiggling the brace right now to see if I can't get the glue to pump under the surface.
You took the tension off the scissor jack?
A little bit, yep. Not fully.
I feel like I see it coming out the back, unless that's just a shadow.
Let's stick my finger right there and see. Yes.
Okay.
So we're all the way through. So now I'll take a piece of paper towel, which of course I forgot to grab, and I'll mop up the excess glue, because of course I put more in than we needed. And then I'll release the scissor jack and reposition it so it's sitting on top of the brace in question, and see if we can't compress it. So just see if I can get that going. There we go. And yeah, got some squeeze out, looks like. Yeah. So we're good to go.
Okay.
So we'll let that harden up for a little bit, and we can move on to the next part of the show.
We are ready to glue the neck back onto the body. We've got a couple of new shims in place in the joint, and then we made a wedge to go on the fretboard extension, because resetting the neck, if it had been like this originally, it's tilted back a little bit more, and so what would happen without that wedge there is the fretboard would just dive down between the body joint and the sound hole. So that wedge will keep the fretboard pretty much straight in line with the rest of the neck. So we've got some tape here to catch the squeeze out, and we're ready to go. Okay? Using tight bond just because it works pretty well. I don't see any real advantage to hide glue as far as strength. So that's all we need. I don't.
Now, are you going to put some tight bond in this area then? I mean, not
Yeah,
tight bond.
I think hide glue, 'cause
glue, I
there's
should
just a
say.
little bit of a gap between the end of the wedge and the end of the fretboard extension. And liquid hide glue is nice because it dries hard and it will disguise that gap a little bit better than the yellow tight bond would.
Right.
That's what we'll do. And we don't really need any glue on the face of the heel. I'm gonna just put a small drop along the very edge just to actually mask any imperfections from our fitting of the neck. Okay?
Okay.
I think we're good. So this goes in. And got this caul that goes over the frets. Like that. And really only takes this one clamp. There we go. Now we'll put one here.
Right, just to make sure that we have good contact with the soundboard.
There you go.
Okie dokie. And that's it.